What up, dudes? Your boy Robby Rowe. Hey, so it's almost Christmas time, meaning that there's probably going to be a lot of gift ideas. There's going to be a lot of individuals seeking out gifts for their pitchers in their life. Top 10 gifts for pitchers. A little list Johnson here. Shout out to my girlfriend. She came up with the idea. Be sure in the comments to light me up if you don't agree. Conducting this list, the most important thing for me are specific products that not only can potentially enhance your development, but also get you to fall in love with the process. That's like the most important thing for me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the list. Number 10, I got Clean Fuego at number 10. Now, Clean Fuego could be a regular Clean Fuego. They have the new leather spinners. Those are sick. They also have the Clean Fuego Flyos, in which I've used, and I actually have a slow-mo for. I'm a big fan of Clean Fuego. I've used those in pitching lessons. I've used those as a player. I think it's a great tool for spin efficiency. Kids will struggle with not being behind the baseball with their two fingers, right? So freaking cut the edges of the baseball off, get you to be synced up and timed up with your fingers behind the baseball. I think it's a great tool. So I personally have Clean Fuego coming in at number 10. Number 9 for me is Plyo balls. My top two companies that have the best Plyo balls, in my opinion, Marv Training and Oat Specialties. Marv Training has the seams on the Plyo balls. Everyone is doing Plyo balls nowadays, right? Like when I first started creating content, Oates was one of the only companies along with Driveline that was actually doing Plyo balls. The max grip Oat Specialties Plyo balls for me throughout my journey has been the most durable, sustainable Plyo balls, as well as the Marv Training ones.
Marv Training, Plyo balls. You guys got yourself a dope product here.
Moving on to number 8. In this list, there's gonna be a lot of dope products, a lot of dope equipment for pitchers to use. Well, you need somewhere to house all that stuff, right? So for number 8, I got the Pitchers Only Shove Day bag. It's got so many pockets. I am such a freaking nerd when it comes to good bags that have lots of pockets. My personal favorite is the Sky Blue. How could you not like Sky Blue, dude? You can honestly fit everything. I'm someone that brings a ton of stuff, not just from a baseball equipment perspective, but also like a content perspective. And dude, I can fit everything in that Shove Day bag. So for me, number 8, Pitchers Only Shove Day bag. A little segue for pitchers only. This isn't really an honorable mention, but they got the dopest swag, dude. I'm wearing their beanie. You can see the banners in the background. This new shirt, Hacky Sacks, will be back in maybe early next year. I'll include a link for those as well in the description, so be sure to check in on that. We're upgrading the Hacky Sacks as we speak. Coming in at number 7, this was a last minute Johnson for me. VKTRY Insoles. Hot take for me, kind of falls under that line of like development tools, because I really do think the goal of a pitcher is we're trying to get energy back that we put into the ground. Kind of hard to get the most energy possible back when these are the insoles. I wholeheartedly believe that those insoles have something to do with the energy that you can get back. Take a little segue after number 7 here. Speed round. Let me hit you with some honorable mentions. First honorable mention, squid throw device. I had it originally in my top 10. I just think it's a great tool for younger guys, dude. Gives you really good feedback when you're hitting those dry reps.
The Yamamoto dugout dry rep.
Pocket path, get that instant feedback and solidify the hand separation, get that arm action the way you want it so you're not dragging. King of the Hill is a good tool for me. Really get a youth pitcher to feel the violency of loading up that back leg. Last honorable mention, the Always Grind 365 Pitcher's Notebook. I'm a huge fan of writing things down, dude, and I think that just goes hand in hand with the intention of what you're trying to do as a pitcher. Take a look at Yamamoto, right? Yamamoto manifesting that ish, right? Holding yourself accountable before you go into bullpens, before you go into catch plays, and even after, just reflecting on that. In games, same thing. All right. Back to the top 10 list. Coming in at number 6, another somewhat hot take. I got the Axio trainer, specifically the Axio 365. Every team that I've played on since then is like, pull that out of my bag. Like, what's the steering wheel? And then everyone wants to use it. It's actually kind of difficult to get going, but I tell you what, dude, it is literally like the shoulder tube on steroids. You can add variations where you get into a split squat and you're doing extensions and you're coming back. Like I got this video here in the dugout during one of my starts. I would use it in between innings because the umpire would only give us like 5 pitches to warm up that next inning. For those of you guys who have not used it, highly recommend it.
Can you hear that ball? Let me put it next to the mic. Can you hear that?
Moving on, number 5. PitchLogic. Why wouldn't you have a PitchLogic? With up to 8 feet of space, you can get data. You can get long toss distance if you're throwing alone into a net. It's getting the millisecond that this thing releases off your fingers, right? So the gun's gonna read hot, but I will say, the gun reading for me over time has been consistently about 2 to 3 hot. I've compared this thing to Rapsodo. literally is so freaking close to those numbers. Like there is not a big difference. It does provide a lot of data. So if you're a younger kid, simplify it, dude. Simplify it. Ooh. Yeah, the logic's gonna say that that's the best pitch in the world. I just need to throw it harder. All right, we are halfway. Coming in at number 4. You gotta have a glove, dude. And for me, Dream Glove just does it. So freaking dope, fully customizable. You can make your glove as loud as you want. You can make it as subtle as you want. Literally the customization ability on these Dream Gloves is so freaking dope. And the price point is literally unbeatable. You can see one right over there. There's a Dream Glove right over there. I mean, for them to be able to put my logo in it with a Volk sign too, that's so sick. It has my face on the glove. These are good gloves. First time they sent me a glove, I literally had so low of expectations just because it's like, I'm a Rawlings guy at the time, pro preferred. And I'm like, no one can compare with Rawlings. And dude, I was so impressed. I still, to this day, am so impressed with the quality of leather for Dream Glove, the sustainability. As long as you break in your glove right.
Don't be afraid.
I mean, it's just, there's a slight hesitation.
It'll dry.
My brain perceives it as a threat, so it's gonna limit my acceleration.
It'll dry. It'll dry.
You can check out the description for videos on how I personally break in a glove. Shout out to my pops for giving me the best break-in method of all time. Everyone breaks in their glove differently. Everyone forms their glove differently, but I'm biased because I love the way my gloves feel. I'll include some videos in the description below as well for Dream Glove on how I go about breaking in that glove. I think they're Dream Pro Customs now. So I got Dream Pro Customs or Dream Glove, whatever you want to call them. Coming in at number 4. You got to have a sick glove if you're a pitcher. Freaking dope on the tech scheme because I went Cheddar Bob. Moving on to number 3, dude. Number 3, I got Rebounder.
Oh yeah.
I love the idea of having a tool where you can throw and it comes right back to your chest, or where you can change the angle of it. You can throw and get a ground ball. You can throw it and get a pop-up. Like, this is one of those tools that I would say provides that joy.
That was pretty clean, you know it.
You're just throwing into a Johnny and it's coming back to you, and you're throwing and you're flowing, and it's just therapeutic, dude. One of the best tools that any youth thrower can have, because you're probably gonna find that he's gonna enjoy the task more.
Oh, that was clean.
2, we're almost there, guys. Number 2, I don't have one particular product. I have a company, Oat Specialties, dude. I have a list of products from Oat Specialties I just think are so freaking valuable. At number 9, the Max Grip Plyo ball. So that would include in the Oat Specialties list, a connection ball, a throwing sock, the shoulder tube, a med ball. The bell clubs are one of my favorite tools of all time. Wrist weights, Plyo mat. They pretty much sponsored my training lab. I am so biased. From a pitching development side, they got so many good things, so many useful tools. You can check out a ton of different content that I've done. I'll include links in the description for those as well. Just to give you a little insight on how much I genuinely believe and love Oat Specialties products. When we negotiated the deal, I said, I don't want any money. I just want to be able to hit you guys up and get products, because that's how valuable I found their products and their equipment. I literally just wanted it, and I've done a ton of different unboxings, and they've sent me so many dope freaking cool products over the years. What's going to be number 1? Pocket Radar, dude. Pocket Radar. You can't go wrong. 2014, I had just gotten released. I was trying to get a contract. I would have my dad literally hold it and have to hold the button down or hold the con down thing and like hold it behind me, or even while he was catching would hold it down so I can get like velo reads. Dude, the evolution of the Pocket Radar Smart Coach with the app integration and getting the video in vertical or horizontal with slow-mo, like dude, they're freaking doing it. If you're a pitcher, I hate to say it, but you got to throw hard. And I think the number 1 training tool for velocity development is actually tracking your velocity. Manifest that ish, dude. Hold yourself accountable and be diligent with how you go about the work, because I just genuinely believe when you're tracking your velocity, you're more than likely going to have those velocity gains. And dude, I've done so many velo testing with Pocket Radar, the Stalker gun, Rapsodo. It is so accurate. You can use it with your Apple Watch too, and that's huge for guys that throw alone like I have in the past. If velocity is your number 1 goal and you can afford the Pocket Radar, be sure to get the Pocket Radar. You're not going to regret it. One key piece when you're using the Pocket Radar, give it about 4 feet of space. If you're throwing into a net, make sure the Pocket Radar is 4 feet behind the net. Right? If you're throwing in front of the Pocket Radar, give yourself some space. I don't know if they've fixed this, but that was an issue for me in the past, is if I threw too close to it, the reads would be a lot further off from the stalker, as opposed to if I gave it a little bit of space. So there's a tip for you. Again, I am partnered with Pocket Radar, so I will get a commission there. That's not why they're number one. They would be number one on my list, regardless of if I got commission or not. Great people, great product. And we are done, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that list. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if there was one thing that I like drastically missed, if there was something that I should have included and just totally forgot. These lists are tough. What would you have changed? What would you have added? What would you have taken out? If you guys are interested, I want to make another video. Maybe I can do like a top 10 recovery product guide for athletes. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to let me know and entice me to make that video, because these videos are a lot of work, long form. Different. I will be including a little button that you can press. It'll take you to my website page that includes all the companies that I work with and have worked with in the past that I have eligible discount codes for. So be sure to check that out. As always, I'm Robby Rowe. Much love, guys. Until next time, happy holidays. God bless. And we'll see you. Hit him with the bang pea grip. Humscanes. Oh my gosh, I'm so cotton mouth.